And people sometimes looked at me and thought I was one of the waif-like people, but then you lift me up and I'm not waif-like. Like, I'm actually very compact. Like, there's a lot there.
You can carry a surprisingly amount of cargo.
I can. I am strong. Strong like bull. And I'm stubborn.
Hi, I'm Brett.
And I'm Karin.
And we're from the New Wheel electric bike shop in Oakland, Marin, and San Francisco.
And today we are here to talk about Riese Müller's Carrie.
The Riese Müller Carrie is a compact front-loading cargo bike. It's about the same size as a normal bike, except it has the utility of a full-size front-loading cargo bike.
In the design of the Carrie, Riese Müller really miniaturized a bunch of concepts from front-loading cargo bikes, but maximized utility. And so what you get is a bike that is small, compact, and really cool because it just supports urban life by bike to the max.
While it looks long, the reality is if you put a bike up against this, it's only a couple inches longer than a normal bike. You can store it easier, you can park it really easy. It's just a compact, friendly size, but it has all this extra utility that a front-loading cargo bike has.
I mean, we've always said at the New Wheel, the most successful riders find the smallest bike that will do the most for them.
So the first time we got to try this bike was at Eurobike in 2024. We borrowed it from Riese Müller, we rode it from the factory, through the woods outside of Frankfurt, into Frankfurt. We rode it to the show every day.
How long does this go?
A long way. And then when we get to Frankfurt, you'll see there's like miles of this.
Filled it up with camera gear, we filled it up with our videographer. That taught us a ton about what this bike was all about.
It was super fun, and also talk with some of the people who were directly involved in designing the bike, and we were able to take some video, and we'll share some of those clips with you. One of the key differentiating features of this bike is the 20-inch wheels. And this is the first Riese Müller front loader bike with front and rear 20-inch. And what that does is it brings the center of gravity down, and it maintains the feeling of a long wheelbase, which gives you stability, but it's actually physically short.
To me, the standout feature is the flex box. So this is a clamshell design that Riese Müller has done such a nice job on the fit and finish on. It expands outwards. It fits kids, it fits cargo. It has room for a cargo box in the bottom and a Euro crate in the top. So in terms of cargo hauling, it's got a ton of room. But for me, the locking feature is number one. There's so many instances where I find myself out and about in the city and I want to go in somewhere and you have to kind of take off your bags and bring your backpack in with you. And once you add a lock to the bike, it makes it more like a trunk in a car than your standard bicycle paniers.
The distance from the top of the box to the bottom of the box is actually quite deep, which means that for taller people, I actually fit better sitting inside this than I do inside of a Load 60. But it's a shorter bike. And it's because it gives me that depth of space. And that's really key in the design. Okay, Brett, tell me about the family features on this bike.
It's adjustable for one child in the middle. It's adjustable for two children. It's got a harness buckle system, which is very secure. The bench is removable. You can add a backrest for more comfort for the children. The only thing you can't do is lock the flex box with the backrest in place, although it pops out really easy. And I think one of the coolest designs on the Carrie is their new weather cover. So it's got a hinge at the front, so loading in and out is really easy. You just fold it forward and you have full access to the box. You can pull your children out, you can load things in, and all of this works with the flex box functionality. So you can use the kid seats, you can use the weather cover, and you can still lock the flex box.
The Riese Müller Carrie comes fully functional with everything you need right out of the box. You've got durable fenders, bright front and rear lights, a kickstand that is both stable and easy to initiate and take off from.
Magura hydraulic disc brakes.
There is Riese Müller's fantastic adjustable stem, which goes up and down and out and in, so it fits all sizes of riders and styles of riding. If you want to be sporty, you can. If you want to be relaxed, you can also do that. It comes with a cafe lock that immobilizes the bike by locking the frame to the wheel, and a Bosch Sport.
Performance Line Sport.
Okay. This is where it's
This is
really
the
good to
man.
have a man
Man needs
around.
explain.
Phew!
Performance Line Sport motor.
A Bosch Performance Line Sport motor, which is cool because it operates really well in the city. It's a motor that likes to hang out at the top 19, 20 miles an hour, but will top out at 27 miles an hour, 28 miles an hour. Thank you, my man. Then the bike is available with a few add-ons should you choose them. For example, there's a chain lock that plugs directly into the cafe lock. It means that you have a lock to lock the bike to something as well as to itself with the same key. There's a rear rack option which dramatically increases functionality on the bike. Not only does it have my favorite strap, the Bibia, so you can strap anything you need on it. It also comes with MIK functionality, which allows you to put a baby seat on there. So now we're boosting our kid carrying capacity up to 3. We've got 2 at the front, 1 at the back. Put a baby on it. And you can get a little bit of extra comfort by adding the suspension seat post.
There are 2 battery options as well. So a 545 watt-hour battery and a 725 watt-hour battery.
And speaking of 2s, there are 2 console options. So you can get the Purion 200 or the Intuvia 100. In this case, I would say go with the 200, the Purion 200. Key decisions have been made for you by Riese Müller. Like all of these great things that it comes with, one decision that you do need to make is what drivetrain you use. And there are 3 different drivetrain options. I'm gonna hand this off to the man.
So there is the city version, which is what you see here. It's a Shimano Nexus 5-speed hub with a chain. This is our favorite at the moment.
Isn't it kind of like we requested this version and we got it?
Maybe.
And due to some feedback from you guys, we also implemented the Nexus 5e. So it's quite a nice combination. This compact bike with a 5-speed Nexus. It's really nice, agile, good dynamic.
It's cool.
Yep.
Thanks for doing that.
Yeah. Thanks for your recommendation.
There's also the touring drivetrain, which is a standard 10-speed chain derailleur. That's going to be the best option for steep hill climbing. It offers the broadest gear range of all the versions of this bike. And then finally, there's the Enviolo C380. They call it the Vario version. That offers a carbon belt drive and continuously variable 380% gear range hub. That is great in many environments, but if you're doing super steep hills, it's probably not going to be the best version of this bike. The bike comes in one size, but fits the whole family.
Small and compact.
Small and compact. It comes in 3 colors, the Ennis, which is a green color, Aqua, which is blue, and what they're calling Shadow, which is gray. Riese Müller is one of the coolest companies, if not the coolest company building bikes in the bike industry right now. That's for a lot of reasons.
So here we are seeing in action the Carrie made for riders right here in Germany. They're made custom for you if you choose one. It's just a really remarkable thing to see the teams that are putting these brand new bikes together.
But the other thing that is not as obvious, but is underneath the surface, is that they have a true commitment to sustainability. This bike is built with 80% recycled aluminum, which is a high watermark in the industry. The paints are all non-toxic. I think the only company that publishes a sustainability report every year where they're actually looking at how to do better on all of these fronts. When you're buying a Riese Müller, you're buying a fantastic bike, but you're also supporting a company that really is doing the work.
This is 100% recycled. The way that these bikes show up to us is super thoughtful in how they're packaged, and they're really built to last. So part of what you're getting when you're getting a Riese Müller is a bike that would hold up really well. Riese Müller's way of doing things is very comprehensive, and there's probably no better way to get a real sense for that than going to their factory campus.
It is just so beautiful here.
Where what it's like to live and what it's like to work is all thought through and all matters at every level. And where it's hard or crunchy or there's improvements to make, they're busy thinking about those improvements and making those improvements.
So here we are, we're walking through the cargo bike section of Riese Müller employee bike parking. About 350 total parking spots. but the parking just keeps going on and on and on. And, you know, in the morning, you just see riders come in droves. And these are the people who are building your bikes.
When you test ride this bike, that's part of what you're feeling, is like a culture of serious transportation cycling and visionary work to make the way we get around better. So when I think about who this bike is for, I think it's for all types of riders. It doesn't matter if you're tall, short, big, small, want to carry kids, your dog, some groceries, whatever. This is like a crossover front loader cargo bike, where if you're into test ride bikes, put this on the list of the bikes that you want to try, because it will just expand what you can do. It's small, it's compact, but it's powerful, and you know you want some of that. And the next step is come in and test ride this bike. We have stores in Oakland, San Francisco, and Larkspur Landing and Marin, and the bike is here for you to ride. So come on in.
Can't wait to see you.